Hey guys, it's Markus from the 3D Racing Garage here, and today I can show you some new parts for the Volvo F88 project. And the new parts are the air pressure tanks, a holder for it, and the battery compartment, of course not for our RC battery, but for the original 24 volt batteries, and the mounting plate for these two parts. You can find the files as always on my Thingiverse page, and you find the link below. For the air pressure tanks there are two versions. One complete version of the three tanks, or only a half of the three tanks, so you can print them with a rounded shape on top and do the two half parts together. So the rounded part will be better than when you print the whole thing, and perhaps you need support, and I can recommend to print the half size part and do the two parts together. Then we have the holder for the air pressure tanks. You have two of these parts. So it's the right direction. And you have four of these small connection parts. So, and for the upper part also two parts. So you can glue these parts together, and then I recommend to mount the whole thing to make some adjustments. So I recommend to glue these four or these six parts together, and then immediately screw on the frame, so you can align the whole parts that it fits the best way. What is also important, that you have to sand down the back of these holders depending on your print direction. So I printed these parts laying down, and so I had some elephant foot on the bottom, and I sanded it that you can mount it in a 90-degree direction, so it's not twisted. To hold down the air pressure tanks on the holder, I have made two different kinds of straps. One in this triangular design, and one part which you can screw on the back and on the front of the holder. But these parts are only for design, and the air pressure tanks are glued on the holder, of course. Then the other part is this battery compartment, which also can be opened, and I have designed a hole in the bottom, so you can place a switch in here, and the cables go down and then into the cap. This is also a little test for your printer, because the holes for the hinge are only nearly 1 millimeter, and you should print the top part in this direction, standing up, and the bottom part in this direction. And I also recommend that when your slicing software offers several processes, that you print the part with a hinge or with a hole with only 0.1 millimeter or so, that you get a really good hole. And I recommend that you use a hand drill with a 1 millimeter or 0.8 millimeter and then drill the holes carefully. And as an axle for this hinge you can use needles or some steel wire with 0.8 or 1 millimeter in diameter. And yeah, as you can see, it works perfect. The whole thing is mounted on the frame, and when you follow me along, I recommended some frame rods from Tamiya, and if you use them also, then we only use the pre-drilled holes by Tamiya. And let's have a look. So these holes on the frame are pre-drilled, and these holes, and these two holes you have to cut in a thread with 3 millimeter and use a screw only with a 6 millimeter long, and this is for the right air pressure tank holder. The right air pressure tank holder is only screwed on this part. The left one is screwed on the frame, and also the battery compartment is also screwed on the frame. So thus it's necessary to use this back plate to mount the whole thing on the frame. And of course I would recommend that you paint the whole thing in the same color as your frame, of course. So that's it for today, and next time I will show you the fuel tank, which is mounted on the other side of the frame, and then I'm finished with this project and I can start build my truck. Okay, thank you and bye bye.